Guess who's back, 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 back again, again, again. Hanson's back, back, back. Tale of Fred, Fred, Fred.
It was Sunday afternoon. We had one more man who was going to show up. He was coming over to meet a 14-year-old boy. And I believe we had a description of his car. So we see it pull up, and it's an SUV.
See, that, to me, is the scariest part of this whole thing. They never show up in vehicles that you would expect a pedo to be in. It's never, like, windowless vans or Mack trucks with long trailers attached or anything. It's always just a regular basic bitch sedan or an SUV. Just the regular Joe mobiles.
Deli's backing out now. He's backing out of the driveway. Looks like he's going to park on the street.
Well, of course he's going to pull into the driveway, back out, and park on the street. It's the best way to make a quick getaway.
He gets out and goes to the rear passenger side. We think maybe he's going to get beer, pizza, stuff that we see these guys bring all the time.
But then he reaches in and comes out with a big 3-foot-long pink dildo.
Instead, he grabs the hand of his 5-year-old son and leads him out of the car and up the driveway.
What? Wait. I'm sorry. What the fuck? You think this would make a good suppository?
Apparently, the mother of the child, his wife, was working that day. He was in charge of the child and figured he'd just bring him along.
Woohoo! Father of the Year, fucking!
And there was a collective gasp.
Go around to the back. This door doesn't open.
He's one of these guys who had a very short online chat, but then on the phone is graphic about what he wants to do.
If he was willing to bring his own kid into this,
I don't even want to know what was in the goddamn phone conversation.
Making the turn. Coming in the back door.
And so I'm thinking,
I'm too old for this shit.
I gotta tell you something.
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Okay. We're doing a story on adults eating children, and since you have your child here, I'm not going to pursue this, but I think you know what you were doing here, don't you?
No, I was just going to take some lunch.
Take a boy out to lunch you met on the internet.
My guy, my pal, my friend, my confidant, my brother in Christ.
Don't shit on my plate and tell me it's a brownie.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went ahead and left.
Yeah, I agree. I never did this again.
And while you're at it, as soon as you leave the house, leave your kid with your parents and just
go play in traffic.
Sir, right there. You come here. You come here. Let go of the child.
As gently as the female officer scooped him up, he still had to see his father get arrested.
I legit hope your son disowned you when he got older.
Please give me my son, please. Can I please have my son, please?
You gotta remember that these guys who work with me on these investigations have done other investigations with me in some of the darkest parts of the world and exposed some of the most tragic things you can see happen to kids and people. And they were just blown away. I mean, some of these guys were in tears.
Yeah. Now you know why I can never be a police officer, because this guy wouldn't have lived long enough to take a seat in the cruiser.
Based upon his interview with police, the chat log, and everything else, it doesn't seem like he was going to involve the child in any sex act. He was going to set the kid up in a room with a DVD and go do whatever he was going to do with this 14-year-old.
I mean, that's not better, but no, fuck that. There's no silver lining in this.
During his interview with police, he suggested that it was the lack of intimacy in his marriage that drove him to do this.
Lack of intimacy, my hairy ass. Dude, straight up. If your love life with your wife has flatlined to that degree,
you'd have been better off just getting a hooker.
There was a state investigation to see if the boy in any way had been abused. Pending that, relatives have told us that at first the boy was living with the mother, then the boy went to go live with other relatives because the mother took the father back in.
You think this would make a good tampon?